So in our first video, we talked about data and summarizing data using measure of center or central tendency. Another way of comparing data is using what we call percentile. So a percentile measures is a measure that tells what percent of a data set that are below a reported value in the set. So percentiles measure rank from the bottom. There's no 0 percentile, so we start at 1, and then there's also no 100. The highest is the 99th percentile. So let's look at our first example here. It says the table shows the total medal counts for 10 of the countries at the 2014 Winter Olympics held. There's a typo there in my copy. It says held. I think yours is fine. I changed it. Held in Russia. So we want to find Canada's percentile rank. So anytime I'm looking at percentile, I actually want to list the numbers from greatest to least. So I'm going to start with 33, it looks like. So I'll have 33, then 28, 26, 25, 24, 19, 17, I'm almost done, 15, 11, and 6. Okay, so I want to find Canada's percentile rank. So looking at my table, it says Canada had 25. So I'm just going to put a C underneath 25. So if I count, let me change my color here. Let's do blue. If I count, Canada scores higher than, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the other countries. So that's 6 out of the 10 that are here. Well, if I divide that, that gives me 0.6, and then I want to multiply that by 100, that gives me 60%. So Canada scores in the 60th percentile, okay? Then part B says, well, are there any countries at the 50th percentile mark? And that's a yes, okay? Definitely will always be a 50 percentile mark. But to calculate that, I say, okay, well, which one scores more than 5 of them, right? Because 5 is half of 10. So I'd count kind of like backwards, right? Up to here. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would land me at 24. So looking at my table 24, that's the Netherlands. So the Netherlands, I'm going to write that down. The Netherlands score at the 50th percentile mark because they have they had more than 50% of the countries. And then part C says find the percentile rank for Belarus. So let's see. They're 6. I don't even have to calculate anything because I can't be 0 percentile. That's just the first percentile. They didn't score more than anyone else. Percentile. And then question D says, well, which countries are above 70? Meaning that they have scored or have more medals than, 70%, or in this case, so we've only got 10 countries. If we want to know, well, what's 70% of 10? Okay, cross multiply, right? Get 700 is equal to 100x. Divide by 100. And so I get x is 7. So I want to go back to my list. I'm going to count. I'm going to use a different color. Let's do pink. So I say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That puts me at 26, right? Number 26, like if these numbers had no background or meaning to them, 26 would be in the 70th percentile. Let's see, let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because they scored better than 7 of the others. So who has 26? Looking at my table, 26 is Norway, okay? And so I would list that Norway's at 70, right? But the question is asking above. So Norway I would cross out, and it would be the United States and Russia. That's above 70%. So using this as your example, why don't you guys try the next one on your own? So it says, let's see, a talent show was held for 20 finalists in the Teen Idol contest. Each performer received a score from 0 through 30, with 30 being the highest ranking. So it says find Victor's percentile rank. So your first step is going to be to want to list these numbers from greatest to least. So doing that real quick, I'll go 29 being the highest, 28, 27, 26. Let's see what's next. 25, 22, 21, and 20. And let's see what's after 20. We got skip 19. We have 18, 17, 16, and then 15. Oh, there's a lot. 14, 12, 11, 10. I was trying to run out of room. Let's see. 9, 6, 5. Ooh, just barely made it in there. 4. Okay. So then I'm going to see, okay, well, Victor scored a 28. So I'm going to put a V underneath 28 because that just tells me there's Victor. And I'm going to count how much he scored more than everybody else. And in doing so, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So he scored better than 18 people out of 20. So that puts him in, so 18, let's see. So 18 divided by, 18 divided by 20 gives you 9.9. Multiply that by 100, that puts him in the 90th percentile. Then for part B, it says, are there contestants in the 30th percentile mark? So to figure out, well, that's a yes. So of 20 people, 30% is what number? So I need to know how much am I scoring more than how many people. So I'd cross multiply. That would give me 600 is equal to 100x. I'm sorry, that's actually 6,000 because I did 30 times 20 is equal to 100 times x. And then I would divide by 100, and that tells me he needs to score more than, oh, that does not sound right. 20 times 30. Oh, I was right with 600. Whoops. Let me just try that again. So 30 times 20, 600 is equal to 100x. And then I would divide by 100. And I get that we need to score better than 6 people. Okay. So going up to my list, and I'm going to change my color just so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So scoring better than 6 would put me at here. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that starts me at whoever scored a 12. And let's see, that would be Heather. So Heather would be at the 30th percentile mark. She scored better than 6 people. And then for C, it says find the percentile rank for Ingrid. Let's see, Ingrid scored an 11. So I'm going to change my color again. Let's do, I haven't done green. And Ingrid is at 11, so she's right here. And she scored better than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 out of 20. So when I divide 5 divided by 20, that's going to give me the decimal 0.25. And then I'll multiply that by 100. That puts her at the 25th percentile mark. And then which contestants are above the 60th percentile? Well, I need to first figure out what is 60% of 20. Okay, so percent over 100 equals is over of. That should be familiar. So we would cross multiply. And let's see, 60 times 20 is 1,200. And equals 100 times x, or 100x divided by 100. And that puts me at 12. So whoever's at the 60th percentile scored better than 12 people. So if I were to count, let's use a different color. I'm going to use black. So I'll cross out, let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That gets me at 20. 20, whoever scored 20 is at the 60th percentile. But above the 60th percentile is whoever scored 21. 21, I believe, is, if I remember, let's see, is that Carmen? That is Carmen. So I would say Carmen is above the 60th percentile, along with Warren, Brooke, because they all scored above a 21. Let's see, Natalie. I don't know how you pronounce that. Ishi? Victor. And Delia. And that's it.